Hello, this is Anna Brown of AnnaLauraBrown.com. And today I would like to talk with you in this video about 5 lessons that I have learned from having knee pain. So, a couple of things to share with you to start with for a little bit of the backstory is that I have been having what many people would consider pretty chronic knee pain ever since January 31st this year in 2022 when I ended up in the ER because I had such severe pain that I couldn't even walk and such bad swelling that it was thought that I might even have a blood clot, and it turned out that I didn't, which was a good thing. But then it started on a journey of discovery of trying to find out exactly what is wrong with my knees, and ultimately discovered that the cartilage in my knees has been pretty severely damaged, and I had surgery on March 16th to repair that. And yes, I had surgery on both knees at the same time, which really was quite the thing in and of itself. And I am going to be doing some additional videos, and I've also written some additional blog posts about my journey with knee surgery and some of the things that I've learned about the knees and that kind of thing in the last few months as I've been going through this, and we'll link those below so that you can have access to those and you can learn a little bit more about my journey, that kind of thing. And I'm hoping that these tips will be helpful to you if you are in a situation where you have knee pain, or maybe you have or have had or having knee surgery soon, or maybe surgery on another part of your body. Some of these things can also apply to pain in other parts of the body other than just the knees. So the first thing I want to share, number one, is sometimes you just have to move even when you don't want to. And I remember from the very first day in February when I walked in the door of my orthopedics office of him telling me that I needed to exercise and move even when it hurt, and that there really was literally nothing I could do that would make things worse. And so the first thing that I've learned from having this pain is sometimes you just have to move even when you don't want to. And this can be applied to a lot of other areas in our lives as well. But, in this particular case, I'm talking about knee pain. Number two, constant pain isn't normal, so you want to get help if you have this. I have actually had knee pain, to varying degrees for a couple of years now, and quite frankly, probably should have gone to the orthopedics office and gotten x-rays and things a lot sooner than I actually did. I waited a lot longer than I probably should have, and so just remember that if you have pain in an area, a lot of the time that's not a normal thing, and you do want to get it checked out, and ideally sooner rather than later, because as I have now discovered, my problems were worse than what they maybe might have been had I gotten them investigated and checked out sooner. Okay, number three, you can do more than you think you can. And I have discovered this, in many ways by, going back to number one, from making myself move even at times when I didn't necessarily want to because I hurt, by forcing myself to do things like take my dog for a walk or other things like that, different forms of exercise, even when sometimes I thought it hurt too much and I thought I couldn't do it. I just had to force myself to make myself do it. And I also, and you'll see in one of the blog posts that I will link below with this video after I'm through creating this video, is my experience of going through surgery with this knee surgery with essential oils and using only essential oils, ice, and ibuprofen, and not using any drugs any stronger than ibuprofen. And how a lot of that is mind over matter, and becoming a stronger person and realizing that you can do hard things. Then number four, don't take for granted the ability to move, walk, and stand for long periods of time. This is something that I know I took for granted for a long period of time, and I know it's something I will never take for granted ever again, especially after, my bouts with literally either not being able to do it or being able to do it only for a limited amount of time. And I might add, and I'm going to be writing an additional blog post on this as well that I will share as soon as I have it available, that I also have been through treatments with plasma injections, and I'm now going through follow-up treatments with shockwave therapy. So, I've been through quite a bit with the knees, and, remains to be seen that I may also have to do stem cell transplants in the knees too, so we'll have to see how that turns, but so far things seem to be on the up and up. Okay, then number five, have patience. And this is a lesson that I have been learning the last few months to realize that, there is no easy, quick, instant fix, especially when it comes to something like knee pain. It's something that, things are going to be good sometimes and bad sometimes, and I'm just going to have this journey of healing. And, it may take longer than, well, it already is. Let's put it this way, taking longer than I had hoped. And, that happens to a lot of people, a lot of situations, not just with your health, but with, with jobs, with money, with finances, with relationships, with all kinds of things. And we just need to learn to be patient. So let me summarize now, again, the 5 things that I have learned from having knee pain. Number 1, sometimes you just have to move even when you don't want to. Number 2, constant pain isn't normal, so get help if you have this. Number 3, you can do more than you think you can. Number 4, don't take for granted the ability to move, walk, and stand for long periods of time. And number 5, have patience. So hopefully you found these tips helpful, and if you have any more questions, like if this is something that you currently are experiencing, or have pain in other parts of your body and would just like to discuss it, or would like some more information, would like to have a conversation with me about how I made it through the surgery without taking any drugs any harsher than ibuprofen, feel free to reach out and let me know, and I would love to have a conversation with you.